Raman escapes. The death sentence pronounced on Raman was heard by two close aides of the king. The two had animosity with the priest. They had also witnessed the beating of Raman at Tathacharya's residence earlier. Both had the intention of saving Raman from the capital punishment. They followed Raman and prepared a plan. For this, they brought a goat. The two followed Raman to the jungle where the execution was to be performed. The goat was also with them. They arranged the soldiers to kill the goat and show the blood-stained sword to the army chief. The soldier, who earlier refused to obey, later accepted it. They also asked Raman not to remain in the native land. Raman gave them 10 gold coins each and left the place. The soldiers returned to the palace and showed the blood-stained sword to the army chief. Everybody thought that Raman was executed. Some of them felt sad, but Tathacharya was happy for getting rid of his enemy. Family pension. Raman, who escaped from the death sentence, went directly to his home. He asked his mother and wife to plead before the king. They reached the palace and began to lament before the king. O Lord, you had killed Raman. He was the only earning member of our house. I am a widow, and who will look after me henceforth? How can I live? Raman's mother, Lakshma Amma, cried before the king. O Lord, how cruel you are! I have also become a widow now. How will I look after my son? Raman's wife Mangalamma also cried before the king. After hearing the two, the king felt sad. His heart filled with compassion. He consoled the two ladies. The king ordered to give 100 gold sovereigns each to them. Krishnadevaraya also issued orders to grant 20 sovereigns as monthly pension to the family. Lakshmama and Mangalama returned home and handed over the gold coins to Ram. Raman burst into laughter. The amount paid as bribe to soldiers to escape from the death sentence has now been regained. The mother and wife also joined Raman in laughter. Soul of a Brahmin. Killing Brahmin is a great sin. A great repentance is needed to compensate the sin. This was the belief of prevailed since long ago. Tenali Raman was a Brahmin. The king had killed Raman. This cruel act will have negative impact on the entire country. Such a divine voice was heard by the queen of the palace. They informed it to King Krishnadevaraya. He convened a meeting of the priests and decided to bury the soul of Raman. During a moonless night, the head priest and 108 assistant priests set out from the palace to the nearby temple. It was midnight. They had planned to bury Raman's soul under a banyan tree adjacent to the temple. Raman knew the secret. He painted black oil on his body and sat on the banyan tree. He looked like a ghost. The priests began to chant mantras under the tree to invoke the spirit. Soon Raman jumped on them. The priests were bewildered and cried. They thought it was a ghost. They ran for shelter and returned to the palace. At dawn, they informed the king about the previous day's experience. The news spread throughout the entire empire. The fear of ghosts weakened the mobility of the people. The king became worried. At last, he found a solution. He announced, we had to exorcise the ghost. Anyone who do this will be rewarded with 1,000 gold sovereigns. The messenger announced the king's proclamation throughout the country. Raman, who returned home, also heard this news. He felt happy as his plans proved fruitful.